Hello, friends. Today is Saturday. It's February 15th, 2025. And today is day 498. My apologies. Yesterday I lost track and got the wrong day. 498 days. Saturday, February 15th. I'm pleased to say that this morning there was a hostage exchange. The prisoner exchange is still underway. So the update as of mid-morning Saturday, February 15th, is that 3 hostages were released, including Israeli-American hostage Sagi Dekel-Chen. He was released today by Hamas after 16 months in captivity. This was following a tense week of the Gaza ceasefire deal. Dekel-Chen is an American-Israeli dual national. He was released alongside Sasha Alexander Trovanov and Eir Horn. This was a hostage deal that is set to see 369 Palestinian prisoners and detainees released. You've probably heard different numbers, like 333 prisoners from Gaza. His wife, Sagi Dekel-Chen's wife, was pregnant when he was kidnapped, and he is the father of 3. He has not yet met his newborn child. Dekel-Chen had been working in the kibbutz machine shop where he was converting airport buses into mobile classrooms when the attack began, according to his family. His wife, Avital, who was 7 months pregnant at the time, survived by hiding in a safe room for 9 hours with their 2 youngest daughters. 2 months later, she gave birth to their 3rd daughter, who, as of before this morning's release, had yet to meet her father. The IDF's chief of staff met with 4 female spotters kidnapped on October 7th and promised they would take part in the investigation into the events of the Nahal Oz outpost. And more than 350 rabbis signed a full-page ad in the New York Times condemning Trump's call for the removal of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip. 350 rabbis. Signatories of the ad include several prominent Jewish figures, including comedian and actor Ilana Glazer, actor Joaquin Phoenix, and photographer Nan Golden. On Friday, yesterday, President Trump reiterated his calls for all of the hostages to be released. This morning, as that call came from the Oval Office about today's planned hostage for prisoners exchange between Israel and Hamas. In his remarks, Trump compared the hostages that were released last week to Holocaust survivors. Trump speculated that the hostages that remained in Gaza could be in even worse condition. One guy was big, strong, and healthy. Could you say he was a little bit overweight? He's not overweight anymore. He looks like he just came out of the Holocaust. He looks like a Holocaust picture. I've looked at him for a long time. They've been treated very badly, President Trump had said. Trump also said today that he would take a hard stance on Gaza. We don't yet know what that means. He said that yesterday. And so we're kind of waiting to see. Rubio is set to visit the Middle East. He's set to meet with Netanyahu and Israeli President Isaac Herzog tomorrow on Sunday. Rubio's trip is scheduled to meet in Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Topics will include focus on freeing the hostages in Gaza, progressing to the second stage of the ceasefire agreement, and countering Iran, according to a spokesperson from the State Department. In the West Bank, Israel has detained at least 380 Palestinians during raids on the northern West Bank cities, villages, and refugee camps since January 21st. 380 Palestinians detained. So January 21st was when the military launched its longest lasting raid in the occupied territory since 2 decades. The Israeli Defense Forces says it is targeting militants in places such as Jenin, Tubas, and Tulkarm. Residents and rights groups say that civilians have been killed or arrested and that more than 40,000 people have been displaced by these Israeli military operations over the last 3 weeks. After Israel's civilian administration visited the southern West Bank village to prevent expansion of a settlement, settlers attacked Palestinian locals. 6 people were injured. Dozens of Israeli settlers armed with clubs attacked Palestinians near the village of Almania, south of Bethlehem, in an incident that just happened in the past 24 hours. Personnel visiting the areas said that there was an attempt to prevent the expansion of their settlement. 4 people were hospitalized, including a pregnant woman who was attacked with clubs and rocks. No arrests were made. The IDF said upon receiving the report that security forces rushed to the scene and the incident was dispersed. A local resident, Ahmad Tawara, told Haaretz that the settlers attacked residents at one of the houses in the village and that 6 people were wounded. And a military source added that dogs were set on Palestinian locals. 2 of the 4 that were hospitalized were due to dog bites, according to local reports. A left-wing activist was detained in the West Bank after participating in a joint Israeli-Palestinian tree planting service. In terms of Lebanon, a committee monitoring the ceasefire between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah said yesterday that it had conducted military technical planning for the withdrawal of the Israeli troops prior to the February 18th deadline when Israel is required to withdraw. This was according to a statement from the committee co-chair, U.S. Major General Jasper Jeffers, but he seemed to leave open the possibility that the Israeli withdrawal could be delayed, saying that a committee would continue to work towards the implementation of the February 18th deadline. Unknown assailants attacked a convoy of the UN Interim Force in Lebanon, or UNIFIL. This happened yesterday during the airport, near the airport in Beirut. A vehicle was set on fire. The force's deputy commander was injured. UNIFIL put out a statement. The Lebanese government has said that they're looking for attackers. Such a violent act threatens the safety of the UN staff who are working tirelessly to maintain stability in Lebanon, sometimes at great personal risk, said the UN Special Coordinator for Lebanon in a statement. And the State Department put out a statement condemning the attack on the UNIFIL peacekeepers in Lebanon, stating that the attack was carried out reportedly by a group of Hezbollah supporters, referring to that Iranian-backed group in Lebanon. So that's an update as of mid-morning on Saturday, the 15th. We'll give more of an update tomorrow as we seek to observe the Sabbath. We wanted to let you know we'll be hosting the Lutheran pastor, Reverend Dr. Munther Itzhak in DC on April 1st and 2nd. Continue to pray, continue to work towards peace as we ask God to go before us in our efforts. Many blessings.